Welcome back, everybody. We're still here. I'm Saracen, joined now by Catnip Bumblefarts in the commentary booth. How you doing, Catnip?
I'm doing fantastic, Saracen. How are you?
It's been a busy evening, but that actually feels pretty good. My
There's
family's
been
out
a
of town, so I can just have the door open and do commentary.
fantastic. Plenty of Final Fantasy Randomizer happening today.
Indeed.
So what are we looking at for race 3 of tonight?
Well, our fighter starts with a TNT. Thief with loot, black belt has the bottle, red mage slab, white mage ruby, black mage key. So we get 3 of those, the TNT bottle and key, as we have 2 knights, a master, and a black wizard.
What?
Yes, that is our forced party. I do not know if we have a setup helper that is getting the crop for Phoenix. I have pinged, actually, several minutes ago, so hoping that we get that soon. But our runners will be on screen shortly, as we're approaching the delay time.
Yeah, seems that way. So we know that the master will have the bottle, and I guess they get extra TNT. And
It's
the key to
Dynamite.
start off with. And in addition, they also have other blessings as well, plus 20 strength on those knights. Those will be hitting pretty good. Plus fighter sword on the black belt. So are we thinking get rid of the knights and just go heavy on the black belt with the seed? I'd be tempted. But also the black mage will have plus legendary swords. So I believe the katana is part of that.
Yes, the Katana X Cal Vorpal.
Okay. All right.
So thinking about thought process here, I realized I was on mute when I started a whole diatribe. Black Belt Master has been very effective in the tournament so far to eliminate some of the variance that we see on the in the course of our runs, because it's 100 to 200% on the scaling,
right,
for all of our bosses. We're still working on getting a restream helper in. So that's why we don't have everything fully set. But the knight is more than capable if we get the right resources.
Right, and I think I would personally lean towards the black belt on this, just because you're getting free key items along the way. I mean, I would be tempted not to open up any boxes.
That is a crystal from the king, herb from Sarah. That is a second black mage if we care.
And looks like we do. Okay.
I can understand that. Quad X and Warp, notably, on the level 1 black. And using that starting key from the black mage.
And checking Corneria locked real quick. And finds a ribbon.
Early ribbon is very nice.
You know, you could pop that on whoever you want, and that's just going to make much sense. So And looks like we've got some work going on with the restream, so hopefully we'll have that up for you all shortly. And checking some magic in Corneria, and there's that warp for 15 gold. You love to see that.
Level 1 warp is such an amazing tool for dungeons. Just
Yeah,
it's so nice to
I'm thinking Ice Cave. I'd even entertain the idea of dipping down into Marsh.
That looked like a canoe coming out of Matoya there.
It did. Alright, looks like we're almost all set. So the canoe from Matoya. JShy is gonna go get that themselves. Phoenix on the way to Provoca. Beat up some pirates.
Appreciate everybody's patience here. I'm realizing now that because we were on the loading screen version, we might have just been talking into the void for the past like 8 minutes. Whoops.
That would be really funny, actually. I thought, you know, it was solid comms. So
Yeah.
if you all didn't hear it, well, you're never going to hear anything like it ever again. So.
Truly the toppest of tiers.
All right, looks like Phoenix is taking down these pirates one at a time because we don't have any sweeping spells quite yet. And gets the adamant. There's chat. All right.
So it doesn't terribly much surprise me, but with the naming convention that Phoenix has gone with, I don't expect those knights to stick around at all, and you already see one of them's been replaced.
Yeah, not surprising. I'd be very tempted to lean into a black belt play, and it looks like that's what Phoenix is doing. And JShy taking on the pirates, throwing some fire too at them, hopefully.
The magic is looking a little rough.
Did I see fast on level 2?
Fast is level 2, so we have a quote-unquote A sweeper.
I mean, if it'll help get that black belt up, I mean... Plus, you could find a fighter sword to throw in that black belt to help it get those early levels as well. Phoenix going through the river system over to Crescent Lake to see what the old men have.
This is, I think, a very solid play in terms of, you know, it's a free item, and if it turns out to be... so we had the TNT, we got the adamant already, right? So, yep. I mean, we could do dwarves, but, like, if this is floater here, that's super convenient. Now, downside, if the floater happens to be in dwarf, or if the ship happens to be in dwarf, or something like that, you know, that was a little excursion through the rivers that didn't need to happen.
Right. Oh, looks like there might be a red mage hiding in amongst the old folks.
As we go through our... it's the floater at the sages.
Okay.
And JShydell going the opposite way, going to head towards dwarves, hit the double incentive. There was thoughts of the red mage? Was the red mage selected over the white? I didn't quite see.
I couldn't tell what they ended up doing.
Yep, the white mage is gone.
All right, so that red mage is carrying the slab, so now Phoenix has that at their disposal. And with the airship, I mean, that's definitely a possible play here. And notably, that red mage comes with Invis too.
So that slab is very nice, especially since we also had the bottle from the black. The red mage is going to have all of the good white magic that we saw from level 2, and level 1 there was life in slot 4, but that's promotion locked. It's fine.
And JShydell has gotten their loot and their canal? Which mark was that?
Yeah, that was the canal coming from Narek.
Right.
So that could end up being a real problem. Oh, the 20k gold chest. Huge! And the dragon armor.
Oh,
also
wow.
huge.
Okay. Okay. Now, this this makes me start to shift my thought process. Could that knight be a viable option as your melee carry?
The herb has turned into the TNT, which we already had.
Yeah.
So, not a big deal there.
But we have the key, so we're going to check this locked room here real quick. Get some gold and gold and gold and an ice shield. All right.
The ice shield's helpful. I mean, for as long as we're going to be using things.
Right. And looks like JShydell's going down to Marsh. I like this. You know where the incentive chest is. You jump in. If it's something great, you warp out. If it's garbage, you reset out. Phoenix checking level 3 magic, finds Invis 2. However, that red mage already has it.
Well, the Invis 2 that came with the Blursing is in level 8, and you just get 2 level 8 slots with it. So it is extra casts.
Okay.
That Fade, however, is in a very sad location.
Yeah. I am error.
Temper at level 4 as well. Temper is a very good spell. But I don't think that he had enough to purchase it for both casters, so probably going to have to pick that up from Lefane once the slab is turned.
Alright. I'm getting the ruby out of Marsh.
Womp, womp.
Yeah.
That is very unfortunate. Well, I guess maybe. Well, it is because we know where the floater is, and so we were able to bypass that anyway. Though, something I've noted, and this is confirmation bias, 100%. But Titan's Trove has been so good to me this entire tournament. And I have seen other runners check Titan's Trove and get, like, the Power Bonk. Or I think in my race earlier tonight, I had the Power Bonk and the ribbon in Titan's Trove. And it's like, what more could I ask for out of 4 chests?
Right. When it works, Harm 4, Cure 4 out of... Where is that? Melmond?
Melmond, yep.
Yeah.
Nuke at level 5 as well. Now, that Cure 4 is not learnable by the red mage. We know now from Phoenix's side that the volcano is the ship, which means we don't care about the volcano incentive at all. And we can skip those 2 spike tiles.
Yep, anytime you can skip that red dragon tile and go straight down to carry, I'm all for it. Alright, Phoenix, where are you going next? You are going to go over to check... Well, you're going to go wherever you want, because you have the airship.
So, Starda is the obvious play. Okay. And then probably Gaia and Lefane. Because, again, both items.
Right.
To find that the bottle is right there.
Oh, Starda.
Oh, looks like angling towards Marsh. And we'll be very disappointed, and we'll reset immediately out of it once he gets...
Yeah. And, I mean, he's got the levels to jump in real fast. And if it was something that was imperative. You know, unfortunately, we know it's not going to. So, and looking like JShy is heading east.
That looks like gonna find a float or a clock.
Hopefully they'll stop by. I can't imagine not stopping by Crescent before paddling north.
Flame Shield +2 is not bad. Yeah, slightly better absorb. The element part is kind of negligible.
Alright, JShy will be happy to get their floater. I wonder if they take the red mage. Yep. Oh, maybe not.
You do actually
Nope.
have to find the right sage first.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's fantastic. And looks like Phoenix is warping out with that ruby.
So there was
yeah.
a light axe in there. I think that's what the deciding factor was.
Okay. Right. And 13 minutes, 27 seconds. JShy is in the air. Heading to Gaia to turn in that bottle.
Rod as the shop item in Gaia.
Okay.
Doesn't talk to the hint giver.
And from the fairy, we get the Oxyale.
Very
Right.
good.
Gonna need that. I do notice that we have a lack of chime and cube here, so any proximity play to Sky is, well, maybe the Lefanish have the chime?
So there are plenty of locations left to check. So I'm not like super concerned about that, but at the same time, it's like
I was just thinking in terms of you're already on this side of the world. It would be nice if the chime showed up here, and you.
It doesn't really matter without the cube, though. There's nothing gained for that. The vampire has attacked Lefane, which actually makes it harder to get out of this sometimes. It is a white shirt, and Phoenix is going magic shopping.
Okay.
Oh, because the tempers are easier to pick up here than walking all the way through Elf.
That's fair. I get that. Meanwhile, JShy is taking some metal slimes.
I wouldn't bother taking encounters until you have an orb done, but finding them here is worthwhile.
You know they're there, and that looks exactly like what JShy is going to do, is go ahead and jump on down, not checking chests, going straight for Lich. Because we know that XP and gold scaling are at 50% per orb lit. So getting that Lich kill in before grinding, you're gonna want that for sure.
Absolutely. And you know, it's funny because in these flags you start at level 10 across the board. And Phoenix still level 10 across the board, despite having an exploration lead. Just has not taken encounters and has not been opening chests with experience in there enough to matter. So now we get to see the direction that Phoenix goes, which we're stopping back in Gaia. Or not Gaia, Crescent Lake.
Yeah. Interesting.
Was it just for the housing? Like, just to use the inn?
Are we doing a volcano? No. There's no way. Level 10.
There are ways.
Carry. I mean, have you seen Carry in these other seeds?
I did witness a very rude Carry that was amazingly easy to take down for Budge for somehow. Phoenix
Carrie
is
has been
checking.
nasty.
Phoenix is checking the armory, which could be to check the tile, but also get the gear, which almost tells me that he wants to lean into that knight.
Yeah.
That's very not common for Phoenix, and that is the eye tile.
Okay.
That is big news.
Yeah. Not
But it has more than 300 hit points. What is this?
I like the gumption, Phoenix. Okay. Not too far off of 3. Or 400. 300? 300.
So 300 is the power word threshold, but we put a little bit of damage in to get it down.
Right.
It's not going to be that hard to take it once you have some levels onto the master. And knowing that it's on the safe tile on the Agama floor, right as the first room, not bad. But at the same time, I'd rather find that after having an orb.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Now this level 10 starting position, how far could you realistically take Carrie here? Like Lich, I understand.
So
like, Carrie?
I want to throw it out here that sometimes Lich rolls real nasty. And the zaps are actually our best strat here, which is really funny as well. Because Lich could roll up to 800 hit points in these flags. Now,
okay.
Yeah, you know, it's not something you commonly think of, but for sure, that's actually a thing. I am struck by the fact that Phoenix has hit points on the knight, but not on the master.
Yeah.
This is not a common situation.
Alright. So Phoenix going further in.
So if Phoenix remembers hints, he knows that he doesn't need this incentive box.
Yeah.
He is healing the black belt after a long thought process.
Okay, here we go. Going for carry.
Hashtag concern. Okay, Dragon Armor, Flame Shield, Pro Ring. There is a lot of absorb on this knight.
Yeah.
And a white shirt, okay. Alright, we've got a fast, we've got a temper.
What is the knight swinging right now?
A light axe.
Okay.
But a light axe is not bad.
Yeah, it's something to swing. Not my first choice, but it's a choice.
So we are pouring tempers into this knight. We did get inked or darked or something. But that's not really that big of a deal. Sleep is annoying, but not bad. The knight should wake up this turn because you auto wake up if you have more than 80 max hit points.
Yeah.
Very ambitious quad Xing. So Carrie can roll up to 1,200 hit points. And that's a lot. And Thunder is a little scary, but amazingly only kills the Black Mage.
Wow.
Down goes Black Belt. I would have kind of liked to have seen a few more of those Invis shirts come out from the Black Belt, but it's okay. We're going to life 2 it, though. And terminated 301 damage on that swing.
Okay.
It ain't easy, but it is there.
Yeah.
And we are bringing back the Black Mage. We know that we need to actually do some stuff before we come back for this grind. And ice.
Alright.
JShydell appears to be setting himself up to grind, potentially. knowing that the Agama is there. Getting ambushed by a 6-pack of slimes is always a little spooky, and then they're just using Scorch, which is like a time waster more than anything. Their punches are more concerning. Or whatever's on the far side of that Scorch.
Yeah. Alright, Phoenix jumping down into ice to check the incentive in here. And warping back and finding some money, a wood stick, and the chime. Alright.
Alright, ice required. That's great information.
Yeah. Warping all the way out. Meanwhile, JShy is still taking these Agamas.
And setting up as a grind now for realsies. Like, took a couple encounters just to get some legs under him. But, yeah. Now putting the Black Mage up front, that's intent to let that thing die.
Right.
And the Master is actually hitting pretty decently, so that's not bad.
Yeah. I feel like if I put the time into getting a base amount of levels to set up a grind, it would just be that much better having another Orblet.
Yeah.
Because I see Phoenix, they're going to get this Earth Orblet and maybe then do a grind after that.
If they can get away from these asps.
Oh my.
They're trancing all over the place. There's a friggin' disco ball up in here. The EDM is pumping. JShy has the Black Mage down, is going to start working on getting that Knight down, which easier said than done. Oh, actually, 144 damage from that Agama.
Yeah, that Agama hits. Okay.
Agama got hands.
All right.
Said it last seed, say it again.
Yeah. Alright, so Phoenix heading over to the vampire. Gonna...
The bat evades the NPC guillotine. Excellent. So this is an ambitious grind from JShydell. I would very much like to see that second Orblet first, but I understand it's here. You're here. Let's go.
Phoenix getting the crown from the vampire chest. Okay.
That's fine. I don't hate it.
It's not far or out of the way.
Yeah, we've got it out.
Got ESO. I mean, you could check the boxes for, I don't know, something.
There's 2 more spike tiles in that room.
Yeah.
We are fully online with this grind idea on JShy's side, but oh man.
Mega is still hitting though. That is a little concerning.
So the problem is that we're sub 21, right? And
right.
Now that we're 20, we're that much closer. We got an ambush, or a first strike rather, and so that helps. We're not just going to get totally demolished by this thing. But once we hit 21, we should be in a much better place as far as taking these on with the 6 hits instead of 4.
Sure, absolutely.
They don't seem particularly evasive, so those 2 extra hits should land. Right. But, I mean, right now, this is painful trying to get this online.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Phoenix pulling up the Lich, fasting, hitting. Not a bad start. 329. Tempering. 340, and down goes Lich. Second orb lit for Phoenix. Under 30 minutes. Yeah, it's starting.
Phoenix is laser focused on that eye tile.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a much faster grind for Phoenix for having 2 orbs lit. He realizes he's low on supplies by the looks of it.
It's a heads up play.
In the seed earlier that I was doing comms for, both runners ran out of heal pots, and one of them had run out of camping gear.
I saw that.
while doing the grind. So
I saw that. That was pretty. That was pretty butt clenching.
yes. Phoenix landing in the objectively wrong spot in the volcano area. Supposed to land one spot to the left of that, because that's where you pop out when you use the orb teleporter. Now, very important in Phoenix's routing here is use all the lava we can, not just to avoid the encounter steps, but also to just get these light warriors down to low hit points.
Yeah. Yeah, that, and it's gonna make the run down here just super quick. So.
Yep. I mean, all damage is helpful as well. So, like.
Right.
Phoenix's black belt still only has 199 hit points. That's so funny to me.
Yeah.
Down goes Red Mage right away. Good job, Ai. You actually hit something. And the Black Mage.
Oh.
What is this luck? I think Phoenix might keep the Knight up just a little longer because of the amount of hit points on this Ai.
Yeah. I don't hate that. Or at least putting it up there to take the hits.
Because he still has all the armor on.
Yeah.
I don't think that it was Death Touch, because both the Red Mage and the Black Mage had 1 hit point only.
Right.
So I think we are safe from touches with this Ai. JShy still not quite one-tapping these Agamas, and only getting about 4,000 each. Meanwhile, Phoenix on the Ai, with the 2 orbs lit and 2 characters up, is only getting about 700 less.
Oh, wow.
That's really impressive, because that's like after the split, is what's displaying that. So 39-33 versus, I think that was 33-73 or something like that for the Ai. We're de-equipping the dragon armor.
Yeah.
Just the dragon armor.
That tells me I'm ready to solo, but not quite ready to solo.
It's fine.
It's fine now.
Over 500 on these Agamas. For real. Level 29, still not one-tapping them. Still getting, like, actual damage occasionally from hits. 534 does not take out the Agama.
That's wild.
Like, we're gonna hit 32 and it's finally gonna actually do the thing. But, like, why we gotta wait that long?
That fighter... Oh, there it goes, the Knight.
Alright, so Phoenix is about to take off. The wings have unfurled.
Oh, yeah, just under 7,000 a battle. That's gonna be...
It is so much faster.
It's gonna be fast. For sure.
And realistically, this fight takes him to 21. And now he has 6 hits.
Yeah.
And it's going to go from 3 rounds to 1 or 2. All right, 2 rounds-ish. I didn't see how many crits were in there. I just saw that there was a crit. But now we're getting up to the 300 range, and it's going to just accelerate from here. That was a 1 round.
Yep. I think this is going to work out just fine for Phoenix. Well, meanwhile, while they're grinding, what's next after the grind here?
I would say that Jay is probably going to just do Volcano, just run through it with the solo black belt.
Sure.
And Phoenix could very well just go do C. Like, bring everybody back up so that you have warp charges to get out of the incentive. Do Kraken, do Waterfall if it didn't pan out to be the cube.
Right.
We still actually... Phoenix needs to do Astos. He was so laser focused on getting to Volcano that he skipped doing the crown turn-in. Jay restocking. Oh no, there were not heal potions at Melvin.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
I mean, it's one-shotting those Agamas now, so...
Yeah, once over 32 you were going to. Maybe he realized that now that he's one-tapping them, it's probably okay. And they're only hitting for, 10 damage. Maybe they go up to like 30 on a bigger hit.
Yeah.
Oh, 45. And prove me a liar, right? But, just from a context standpoint, Jay is like 33 now? 34?
Right around there, I would imagine.
And Phoenix is right on his heels. You can tell just from the hit point totals.
Oh, yeah.
29.
29, yeah.
This grind has been so much faster for Phoenix.
Well, while we are watching a couple of grinds going still, I'd like to shout out our tracker this evening, Mecklin, who's done not 1, not 2, but 3 matches in a row.
The hat trick.
Wow. The level of dedication.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Spot on, sir. Spot on. And punch more Agamas and punch more eyes. So we have our answer. It's a black belt seed.
Yeah.
Are we worried about finding any type of gear? Defense sword?
All right, so defense sword would be very
shirt.
nice. So defense sword would be very nice. White shirt is super slow, but it pairs well with the defense sword because it turns it into 2 rounds instead of 3 rounds for the user of the sword. But 1 invis caster is generally not enough. So, you got to bear that in mind too. The red mage has invis 2 in the level 8 slots. That's helpful. I think it was level 3 as a white magic spell as well.
Alright.
From a gear standpoint, yes, the most important thing is, in fact, the defense sword. I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way for it, but it is... Because this is 100 to 200%, a solo 42 plus black belt is not actually a guarantee that you'll be able to kill Chaos. you do need something with that to actually guarantee it. Because if Chaos rolls super high evasion or ridiculous absorb or just melees you really hard,
Right.
that's all enough to derail you.
And not to mention the stat scaling on this seed or on this flag set is what, 100 to 200%. So you can
Right.
find yourself in a chaos fight that's significantly longer than you would expect to see vanilla.
So JShy seems to be calling it good on this grind.
Gonna go turn in that crown. See what our friend Astos has.
It's a slab.
And it's a slab. Relevant for JShy.
And not for Phoenix.
Not for Phoenix.
You know, that might have been a hint, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, we will find out if Phoenix goes to murder Astos or not. Meanwhile, JShy getting their party back up, restocking on not heal pots because they are not there.
This has been a hilarious trolling of JShy.
That is the worst. I feel like Corneria should have heal pots 100% of the time.
So Canaria is guaranteed to have softs and pures.
Right.
And that kind of chews into the whole positioning of the consumables. But it's always funny when, like, that's all it has. Alright, Phoenix walking the carry floor for a second time to get out of here. That is a 42 black belt. Kaboom.
Alright.
10 hits, 1400 damage on random fire elemental. Get out.
Alright, the grinds are done, and now it's off to the finish line.
Off to the party member store first.
Yeah.
Gotta get our people back up. And re-equip our gear.
JShy about to hunt down a carry.
Yeah, that carry is not long for this world.
No. That carry is going to be in orbit very soon.
So the runner's nightmare here is if Ordeals is required. Just because it's such a long walk to get there.
Yeah.
In the best case scenario, Phoenix goes going into Waterfall first, which makes sense, because if you don't have to go to Mermaid side, you don't want it.
Sure.
But, oh man, Ice 2 coming out and taking out the party, more or less. Good thing that Knight has spell charges.
Yeah.
To find out he's going to get a ship.
Yeah, getting that ship now feels bad.
So if we get the cube or the defense here, that's great news. If we get the Masa, nobody cares.
Right.
We did get our incentive ribbon, if I recall correctly.
Yes. I believe that was a very early pickup. Alright, Phoenix making it to the robot. Zombie trap tile. Blah.
I like the one that didn't run.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Jesus.
It's the cube. That
Okay.
is go mode for Phoenix.
Yes, it is. Okay.
I'm sure that is some ecstatic noises happening on his side 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, JShydell took out Carrie and is diving down into Ice Cave.
And ice is required. That is the chime. Oh, minor detour. We need to restock potentially. Oh, yeah. And we're down to 29 heal pots. I would
Phoenix
suspect.
found them, so that's good.
I would suspect we are not checking anything else on Phoenix.
Nah, you go crack inside, and that's that. Yeah.
I think there might
Go
be
to
a
the
little
middle.
bit of a hope just to get a couple more levels on the knight for safety, since it could learn life and life too.
I mean, you've got opportunities to do that. You've got Kraken still. You've got Tia. You've got potentially Warmech. You know, I mean, like if you want to pick up those levels on your way, they're there. So.
Mechlin telling us in the spoiler log here that the Canaria locked was the ribbon.
Oh, okay. Oh. Then did we see another one?
No, that was the incentive in Canaria.
Oh, right. Corneria locked. Got it. For a second, I was thinking Topher locked, and that didn't sound right. All right. So, JShydell translating the slab. And Phoenix quadexing, or trying to quadex. Oh my, just punch. Wow. That was a lot of damage. Now I think I'm starting to really understand the effectiveness of a 42 black belt.
It is a whole new world of power than anything that you've dealt with before.
It's incredible.
And it can get better because there are hit bonus blessings. And if you hit one of those on the black belt, you can push yourself up to 12 hits.
Wow.
And some truly ridiculous numbers.
Looks like JShydell is diving into. Looking for
JShydell did not check waterfall yet.
Yeah.
That is a water orb lit for Phoenix.
Wow. I didn't even see Kraken on the screen.
Exactly.
That's incredible. Growing up, I always, in my own head canon, it was always a knight carry. Knight with all the mages. Black belt was never a thing, but wow, was I missing out.
There is the defense sword.
Alright.
That probably puts the Masa in Sky.
Yeah.
Which, if Phoenix decides to just do a quick check, I guess it's something to put on the knight. You know, it's better than a light axe. It's not that many steps out of the way. Something like 30-ish to go down and back.
I mean, if I were Phoenix, it's 45, 46 minutes in. You've been in the air since, what, 10 minutes in?
Less than that. It was closer to 7.
Yeah, I feel good about taking a couple steps to check this chest. I mean, it's not going to take that long. So
it's always a toss-up. Race nerves are a real thing, and you know, if you're always in that position of wondering where your opponent's at any given point. And you know, we see, oh, he is going to juke over. Okay.
All right.
Prove me a liar. Oh, it's the key.
Just kidding.
Oh, wow.
Well, all right.
That means its Ordeals had the Masa.
Yeah, yeah. And that is way too far out of the way.
Yep. There is no reason to be checking for anything at this point, now that we know that that was worthless. But Ordeals is just such a nightmare location once you have an early airship. Hey! Hello,
And
Warmac!
there's the Warmac.
The temper
And-
comes out. The light axe tickles the
Oh,
mech.
man.
The fast comes out. 1600 damage and it's still up.
All right. Not anymore.
Kaboom! So,
Warmac.
safety levels more than anything.
Oh, yeah.
JShydell lit the orb and is going into Waterfall, which is the required play.
Yeah. And Phoenix pulling up Tia. Tempering, punching, fasting. This Tia's gonna be gone real soon. And
Yeah, it had a max of 2,000 hit points.
Jeez.
I don't know where it landed, but it wasn't enough to survive that.
I mean, maybe canonically, the black belt is just punching so hard, it punches the fiends 2,000 years into the past. I feel like there's a fan fiction there.
I think I've heard this explored before, yes. We're just gonna buy 21 houses. We actually wanted heal pots, but this is what we found.
You know.
Hello, Mapderp.
What is that?
So Mapderp is a new fun percent flag because somebody was like, hey, put googly eyes on Topher. And our devs are wonderful.
That's so good. Oh, man. Fantastic. Kudos to them.
I do have a friend who is known. She lives in the Netherlands. She will purchase a big old pack of googly eyes and then like affix them to like pamphlets or books that are free. She doesn't do it to like anything that would actually potentially force her to purchase things, right?
Right.
But she'll put googly eyes on just about anything that has regular eyes on it.
I like that a lot. And meanwhile, Phoenix into Topher, making the dive. Trying to run from these zombie Ds, gets through. JShydell, meanwhile, heading up to the Sky Castle. So Phoenix has the advantage, but the Sky isn't going to take very long. One really nasty thing from Topher here might be able to hurt that black belt a little bit. Probably not, but Topher's gonna Topher.
We'll have to see.
Ooh, Lich leading out with Nuke.
I'm not super worried about the nuke because we have the knight with the life spells.
That's good.
And enough charges to, you know, push it over to the red maid. So yes, it sucks that we had to use them this early, but we're not losing our utility.
Right. JShydell taking on Tia 1. At this point, just swinging away. Carry 2 on Phoenix's screen. The usual, the fast, the temper, the white shirt, and a punch for almost 2,500 damage.
Black belts.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. The punch mage, the punch cannon, you know, power word fist, whatever you choose to call them. It's Quad X with a scalably high power word threshold.
Well, that was 1 cast of fast and 1 cast of temper.
Yep.
Like, that's silly. I love it, but wow, that's silly.
All right, JShy also in go mode, ready to go, but has to catch up to Phoenix, who's just charging through this tofu.
Yeah, I'm not sure what all is going to stand in the way of Phoenix's black belt at this point. I mean, you still have to respect the Fiends, but, I mean, do ya?
You know, there's a certain amount of disrespect that occurs by just putting the black belt into slot 2, where it's a 25% chance to be targeted.
Yeah. And JShy transports back 2,000 years into the past at 5338-ish, joining Phoenix in the past to take out Chaos.
That black belt just got hit for half its hit points on Phoenix's side.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kraken does Kraken things sometimes.
Kraken does. I did notice that the Kraken did not target any of the mages, though.
You know, there's always thoughts and feelings about that, because there's the assertion by some people that he knows how to target white mages specifically.
Right.
That there's like a white mage magnet on the tentacles or something. Not actually proven. This is a stunned black belt.
Yeah. Okay.
That is
Well,
sadness, because you never know when it's going to end.
Yeah.
Unless you have Cure 4. Like, the white shirts don't matter on a stunned character.
Yeah.
Because your evasion does get set to 0 while you're stunned.
Okay, they're back up. That's good.
Will it blend? Yes.
Jeez.
Those videos were a highlight of a decade ago.
Yeah. Oh, man. Alright, Phoenix pulling up to Chaos. We got a warp? No, fast. Okay, there we go. Temper, fast, swing. Probably a white shirt out of that. Night. Oh, never mind. What? No. Wow.
So Chaos rolled on the low end. Good job. Go me as the seed roller.
Wow. GG's to Phoenix. Wow.
You know, you usually expect that to be like 2 turns?
Yeah.
Maybe 3?
Yeah. That was done quick. Phoenix ending up at 55-46 on our tracker. Meanwhile, JShy is still on water floor, just a couple turns away. wouldn't mind if the stats at the end had information on how much damage that black belt did. Like pick the one light warrior from your team. And JShydell is nuking down and fasting this Kraken. Kraken firing outlet 2. And that black belt doing black belt things. Making their way to Tia's floor. Healing up for the Tia fight. And we're nuking. Swinging.
Fast comes out just after the nick of time.
Yeah,
Oh, it was a stop that landed.
Still did over 1,000 damage without the buff. Wow.
So special call out here. That stop was probably a 3 and 256, but the way that multi-target spells work is it finds the RNG value for slot 1, like the first character, and then it goes sequentially, like ignoring character slot for the following. So that second slot was guaranteed to be stopped. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's one of those little esoteric things that you learn when you've been around long enough.
That's interesting.
Now, we do have Phoenix in the booth now. GG's Phoenix.
GG's
guys.
Phoenix. Way to go.
How's it going?
Well run.
How about that one tap of chaos?
You mean Lich 2 wannabe?
Right?
Jeez. That black
I was a
belt.
couple seconds late dunning because I was like, wait, did that just happen? Oh, yeah, I guess it did. All right.
JShy is pulled up as well. And, this chaos ain't long for this world.
Not at all.
Kaboom!
And there it went.
He hit a higher score than you, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
His final hit was 35 something.
Wow.
Yeah. Those black belts.
Well, hey, JShydell, how you doing?
Hello?
I don't know what that accent was.
I have no clue either. Don't worry about it.
It has been roughly 5 hours of FFR for me. So,
Nice. Well, GG's to you.
yeah, race into double comms, it's just a thing.
It's been a great Sunday with everybody here.
Yeah. That was quite the high score that you got on Chaos at the end.
Yeah, I saw there at the end. Holy cow.
Like, Phoenix one-tapped with like 2,800 damage, and then you come in with the 3,588.
Yeah.
Well, my first punch didn't kill him. So I had 4 tempers on him and a fast.
That is a significant difference.
Yeah. I don't know, Phoenix, did your fast land before the punch?
Yeah, I had a fast
Yeah.
and temper on it.
And my first one didn't. So it was a punch and then a fast temper. So
So, this was close. How did you both feel about your respective grinds?
The eye was safe, but man, was it thick, and it took a while to get going. An ambushy did not help. I was actually worried I was going to run out of heal pots at one point.
Literally how I felt about the Agas. So we were talking in the race room a little bit afterwards. I'm like, they're not doing anything. Once I got past like 25, it's like, okay, this is fine. But I don't have any heal pots. Can I get out of here? So you guys saw me leave at 32, going for heal pots and then coming back.
Yeah, and then getting trolled by as many shops as possible with heal pots.
Yeah, nothing had them. Melmon didn't have them. Corneria didn't have them. Like, okay, I know they're at Crescent.
So one thing that was very interesting was, JShydell, you chose to grind after one orb. You were getting about 37-ish, 3,700-ish per Agama. And you started your grind like 5 minutes before Phoenix did.
Okay, I was curious on that.
Phoenix found the eye, killed Carrie, killed Lich, went back to Volcano to grind on the eye. And it wasn't that far apart to finish out the grind, but I think you were out just a little bit earlier. But the difference, not only the base XP, but also just the extra orb, was that Phoenix was getting almost 7k per eye.
I thought about going to take out Carrie. I just, like, this is the grind, it's safe, I'm getting through it. Like, I'm not going to leave here again.
Yeah, I'm on board with that thought process. It's just so hard when you only have one orb that, like, the bonus isn't very big yet.
And it was still, like you said, just sub 4,000. It's like, I know it could be better, but once I got to that 27, 28, I was pretty much one rounding them. So I'm like, okay, it's at least one rounding. I'm just going through it. If they punch, they're punching me for like 20 damage.
Yeah, and those Agamas were super thick. They had upwards of 530, I think.
Yeah, I would say 520, 530, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The eyes also were quite thick. They resisted the Quad X, so they were over 300. I think they were closer to 400.
Okay. Yeah, they were chonky.
It worked out, but man, getting those off the ground was a little bit of a hassle.
I was wondering about those metal slimes just a little bit more, but ugh.
Yeah, at least the eye was actually hitting for some damage and took out the rest of the party pretty quickly, though.
Which tile was the eye?
The armory tile.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so the safe one down on the 5th floor is the one that I used to grind, and then just walked out.
Yeah, by that time I had already done the grind. I'm like, I am not touching anything that's not the incentive box, just because I'm still looking for the stupid chime and cube.
Yeah, there was a hint somewhere that said that was the ship.
Yep, I caught that one.
I was curious, and I was actually curious if there was a hint for the cube somewhere. I'm like, I am down to Lethane or Ordeals. Which one do I go?
So, process of elimination, we're pretty sure that Ordeals was the Masa.
Okay.
Yeah, it had to be.
The defense sword came out of Sea Shrine, I want to say?
Yes, I got that one.
Which, I think that's a very important safety for black belts in particular for these flags, but...
Well, and for me, I'm like, it's quicker to go down to Mermaids and warp up than it would to even go to Waterfall. So I'm like, I'm going to check this one on my way.
Yeah, I skipped that one. I had the white shirt, and I'm like, I'll take a risk.
Catnip, do you have questions for our runners?
Not really. Just a great race, both of you. I've been trying to absorb as much as possible, watching you all run these seeds, and you all have had 4 minutes apart. Just impressive. So, GG's.
Being in Topher at the same time as Phoenix, I am so happy.
You did good, man. You ran a heck of a race.
Oof.
I was just wondering whether or not you went after Provoca, you cut down to Crescent, or you went back the other way.
I went back. We had Adamant and TNT, so I went left and went down.
Yeah, if you went down, you might have actually beat me, because I went straight down.
Where did we have canoe by then, though?
Yeah, we got it from Matoya.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so
I was already mentally going left.
I guess that if there is one question that I have for both of you, really, how did you feel about having 2 knights to begin with?
I mean, when I saw Life 2 at level 2, I was okay with keeping one of them. But
The names said it all.
yeah.
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 I was looking for that red mage. It's like, where's a red mage? Where's a red mage? I saw the black mage, Provoca or something, like, yoink. And then the red mage was Sages. So isn't that carry lock?
Yeah.
So, and like, I'm already in go mode at this time. I don't care. I've got an extra fast charge. And yeah, you get 3 charges of nuclear. Let's go.
I don't think you actually have to kill carry to do it, though. Not if early Sages is on.
Yes.
Early.
Well, I talked to the red mage and it wouldn't let me.
Hmm.
You need to talk to the sage that gives you the item.
Yes.
Right.
And then the NPC is unlocked. Because they're
Oh, dang it.
Yep.
Okay. Because I would have grabbed that red mage in an instant.
Oh, yeah, I grabbed that one. Oh, yeah.
Because we had, Life 2 on it, you had Fade, you had Nuke.
Yeah, the red mage was definitely OP on this one.
It might have pushed me to go to Slab earlier, though, so maybe it was an okay thing. But still.
Well, I think we can head on in the direction of final thoughts. We'll start with our winner, Phoenix.
Well, thanks for doing the comms tonight, folks, and trackers. I know it's been a long day for you, Saracen. Go get some sleep. GG's, Jay. You're always a tough runner, and you always give me a heck of a race. So I'm never relieved until I finish the race off, and looking forward to moving on to the next one.
All right, JShydell, your final thought.
Well, same thing, everything Phoenix just said there. Thank you, everyone who's been part of all day long. Thank you, Speed Gaming, for putting this on. And Phoenix, my heart has been racing for the last 15 minutes. So even after I knew the results, I don't have my watch on right now, and I don't want to know what it would be. So just thank you for everything.
So looking ahead, Phoenix, you will be going up against the winner of Wildham versus Kumo, which I don't know if that game has been scheduled yet.
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've got the schedule up for tomorrow for later if you need it.
And then, Jay, you have a little while to wait. There's some populations that need to happen in front of you because we don't have a loser's bracket match at all yet for the folks that will be filtering in to go against you. All right, Catnip, your final thoughts.
Not a whole lot other than thank you for Mecklin for tracking all 3 matches tonight. Saracen, it's been a pleasure doing comms with you. GG's to both Phoenix and JShy. And thank you to Speed Gaming for letting us do our thing.
All right. Well, if you like what you saw, definitely come check us out. You can get links to the Discord from our randomizer page at FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. If that's too long for you, don't worry. We also have ffrando.com that redirects to it. The Discord link at the bottom, the community Discord. We also have a wiki with lots of resources, more stuff about tournaments, but also our full Duckling program from earlier this year. If you are interested in learning the randomizer, that program is the best way to do it. And hey, I'm one of the guys that does it. Me. That program typically runs in the late winter, early spring, starts around March, sometimes April. We'll figure that out for sure in the coming months. But if you are interested in getting in, that is the best way to get in, as I'm sure all of our guys here who have done the Duckling program will tell you. There are plenty of matches coming up tomorrow. I think that might be a typo on the first one, but there is a match at 6:30 in the morning. It is not a typo?
It is a 6:30 a.m. match.
No, that wasn't the part that I thought was the typo.
Oh, yeah, it's a lower match.
So yeah, I show it as Rax versus Razor on the bracket. It's showing Mecklin in the spreadsheet though.
Interesting.
Kumo versus Wildham, 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, Clementitas versus Mechlin. That sounds more right? Yes, that one is actually the one. And then 8 p.m. Eastern, Chanigan versus Pickles and Beer, which, let me tell you, that is going to be a barn burner. We do not yet fully have restreams, but we do know that the 6:30 a.m. is going to be on Speed Gaming Prime, opening up the day. So come check out all that action. But with that, it's been a late night. It is midnight Eastern almost. Pretty late for me in the Central Time Zone too, but thank you for hanging out. Hope you had a good time, and we will catch you all later.